Okay, today I'm going to show you how to add RAM to your computer. It's pretty straightforward, not a big deal. It'll be a short video. The way you can check to see how much RAM you have, this is Windows 7. It's very similar on Windows XP and Vista. Just go to Control Panel, and then on the view you may have is this category view. It's very similar on, like I said, XP and Vista. On XP, there's an option over here on the left-hand side to choose, I don't know, it's another view. Anyway, you can click on that view and it'll look more like this. I like on XP, on Windows 7, I like the large icon view. Once you have this kind of a view, you want to go to System, click on System, and then right here it will tell you how much RAM you have. Your installed RAM, mine is 2 gigs. So when we get through, hopefully that'll say 4 gigs. Okay, before we get into working directly with showing you how to do the process of putting in a new stick of RAM, we have to determine what kind of RAM our motherboard or our computer needs. You know, if you have a Dell or an HP or something like that, you can go to their website and for instance on a Dell you can enter the express service code or the service tag number, and sometimes it'll tell you what RAM you need, and then you can order it accordingly. Hewlett-Packard offers similar things, Gateway, all those kind of guys. Otherwise, you can do what I'm going to do. I'm going to open my case and I'm going to look on the motherboard and see what motherboard we have. I'm going to record the brand and the model number, and in some circumstances there's by the DIMM slots there is a place where it says what kind of RAM it has. So we're going to start that way, and here we go. If you'll notice on the motherboard, when you're looking to find out what your motherboard control or model number is, there it is right above the RAM slots. If you'll notice also by the RAM slots, there is a DDR2-1, if you can see that, and then you have another one that's DDR2-2. So if you'll notice, since we're upgrading the RAM, there's one 2 gig card in the DDR1 slot. If you're just using one card, you want to be sure and put it in the DDR2 number 1 slot. So the top slot at the top of the screen is the slot number 1, and the slot underneath it, the blue slot right here, is the number 2 slot. So we're going to put DDR2 in both of those, and we'll have a combination of 4, or a total of 4 gigs. Also, you can go online and look up your model number, or look up the manual so you can see what RAM you need. It just so happens on this motherboard it tells you right here that you need DDR2 800 megahertz, but if you're not sure that that's the right number, always check it in your manual with your model number. Okay, so you've figured out which motherboard you have. This is a particular one I have. I've gone to the website. In fact, let me just walk you through that. I use Google Chrome. We're going to launch Google Chrome right here. Let it come up. Just type in gigabit. Motherboard is a good way to start. And for grins, type USA might help. Hit enter. There we go. Let's just go here. We're going to verify that which RAM we indeed have. So go to support and downloads. Right here is, you can type in your model number. GA41M was mine. GA-41M. We could type the rest of it, but this would be easier. That way, in case we have a typo, we won't have any trouble, as much trouble. Well, GAG41M. Alright, there we go. GAG41M ES2L. So that's the one we had. Right here is the manual link. Just click on it and download it. Just click on it, and right here's the option. You have Asia, China, America, Europe, FTP or HTTP. If you'll just click on America right here, that's a good way to go. And there's your manual. If you want to save it, this is Adobe Reader. Just click right here and save it to wherever you want. So let's just see what we find here. Let's type in, see if we can find our RAM options without going through every page here. There we go. Memory. This is the product specifications. Memory is 2 DDR2 DIMM sockets supporting up to 8 gigs. Okay, we only have half of that. And there we go. Support for DDR2 800 or 667 megahertz. I'm using 800. It's a little faster, a little better. So that's how you verify that indeed what kind of RAM you have. Okay, this RAM will just go in here one way. If you'll notice, that bottom blue strip right here, that's the number 2 DIMM for the memory, the RAM. And if you'll notice, this little blue spot right here is an identifier, so you know which way the RAM stick goes in. It'll only go one way. That's very important to make sure you set it the right way. If you'll notice on this new stick of RAM, that little slot right there is a little bit offset to one side. So you want to notice which side it's offset to, kind of match it up to make sure you're on track. Also, these white devices here, you need to make sure they're pushed back. Notice on the one that's installed, they're pushed more forward. That actually holds the stick in. So make sure these are pushed back so you don't break your RAM or break your motherboard. Make sure the tang and the slot are lined up, and put it in there just perfectly vertical in the slot, and just slowly work it down in there until you feel it kind of stop. And then I'm just going to use one hand because I'm holding the camera with the other one, but ideally you would put a thumb here and a thumb here to push down on it. I'm going to use my index finger and thumb, and you just press, and when you press down, you'll notice that these white devices, they'll come up in the same position as the other ones. So just push down firm, you hear it snap, and that's how you install an extra DIMM of RAM. Okay, once you have the new RAM installed, just for grins, let's go look at our system and make sure enough, I've got 4 gigabytes of RAM now. Before I installed that stick, of course, I had 2 gigs. So that's a quick and easy way to verify it. So what I did is I went to Control Panel, or went to Start, Control Panel, and then, so here we go, we're going to click on System, and that's where you find out. You know, it's very similar to the same place, the device, same as the device manager in XP. Okay, thanks for watching this video, and if you have any requests for things for computers that you want to see repaired or replaced, or anything else, just let us know and we'll see what we can do to get them on. This is Jared with Repair by Video. Thanks and have a good day.